Call 911 now.
What is up, YouTube? It's your boy WolfSTI here, back with another video. And today we're going to be going over some more computer science topics. And today we're going to be going over the substring method. You need this method for the AP test, and if you want to get a 5, you better know this method. And today we're going to teach you how to know this method. I'm here with my boy Josh.
What's up?
And let's jump into it. You might be wondering how to use the substring method. Well, I'm going to show you how. Okay, so first off, this is what the substring method does. It takes in a string and it returns a substring of that string. Now there's two different ways you can use it, one with one parameter and with two parameters. If you use the substring method with one parameter, it gives you a substring of the string from the integer spot that the character is at to the end of the string, of the original string. And then the substring method with two parameters gives you a substring from the int of the beginning of the substring you want to the end, and it goes to int2, but it does not, the substring does not include int2, the substring only includes the int from to int2 minus 1 of the original string.
Okay guys, so now we're gonna look at some substring examples to get you guys prepared for this exam. We have a couple examples here. We have one example where we have, and in all these examples we're using the same string. It's the word legend. So the first example, it uses the substring method with one parameter, the first two actually, and then the last three examples we have use the substring with the two parameters. So, yeah. So what I always like to do when I'm working with these substring methods is whatever word I'm working with, I like to label the character indexes so I know what characters I'm working with in the substring method and which ones I'm not. So if we look at the word, which is legend, we know that the first letter has an index of 0 and it just increments by 1 each time as you go up. 3, 4, 5. So those are the indexes. So now let's go to the first example. We have str.substring with an int parameter of 3. We know that this is one parameter, so we're using the first substring method. And since it's str dot, we know we're working with this word right here. So if we look at this word right here, we see that the second E of the word legend has a character index of 3. So because of that, we know that our final result is going to include this character. And if we remember, the substring method with one parameter will create a substring starting from this index and going all the way to the end of the string. So this method is going to return the substring end. And this works because this index is inside the string, and this is it for that problem. Now for the second problem, we actually run into a real problem because it's the same method with one parameter, the same substring method, but it has an index of 6. And if we look in the string str, index 6 is not one of the indexes of the characters. So therefore, this method would not work. It would not be able to run. So now we look at this next one. We have str.substring from 2 all the way to str.length. Now, this is the substring method with two parameters, so we have to remember that this method creates a substring from the start index, the character with the start index, all the way to the character with this end index minus 1. Now, although str.length itself is not one of the indexes in the string, because we were doing it from the index minus 1, this actually works, because what the computer is going to do is it's going to take the value of this minus 1 and look at that index only. It won't look at the original. So if we go from index 2, which is a G, and we go all the way to the end index, which is 6, minus 1 is 5, we're going from 2 to 5. So that's going to give you this. And then you're good there, and that one works. Now for this next one, we run into a problem because once again, str.length, the length of the string is 6, but index 6 is not one of the indexes in the string. And because this is because in this two parameter substring method, this is the index from which we're starting the substring from, this is not okay, and this would not work. And finally, we have a normal example of the 2-parameter one. We have str.substring from index 2 to index 5. Now, both of these indexes are inside the string, so it's good. So this substring is going to start from index 2, which has the character G, and go all the way to index 5 minus 1, so that'd be index 4. So it's just going to return a substring that is this, gem. But altogether, those are some examples of the substring method.
Yeah, let's go.